We're here.
If you want to know, turn to the PriMalLow Wrestling Show with Tom Malloy, Robert Price, and your host, Rich Lopez.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PriMalLow Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Rich Lopez, here with my two colleagues, Tom Malloy and Robert Price.
Hello, hello.
Hey there.
Hope everybody had a good weekend, and we apologize for last week. There were some scheduling difficulties, but we're back for episode 8. Coming up on the show, we have a quick and brief Raw recap. Obviously, it was just pretty much the closing episode before Payback, which is going to lead us to our next segment, which is the Payback predictions. And then we're also going to have our weekly topic discussions, which is the WWE Network pay-per-view strategy.
We're also going to have game time, where me, 6-1, versus Tom Malloy in a battle of wits. What's this week's topic?
Elimination Chamber.
We're also going to have a special interview I was able to get with the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock.
And we're going to finish the show with our self-high-five, talking about old pay-per-views that we should make a return.
And with that in mind, guys, let's go to the show. Alright, so last night was the go-home edition for the Payback pay-per-view. Let's make this really quick and short. We'll start off with Tom. What did you like? What didn't you like?
I liked the final hype up to the Fatal 4-Way match. I thought the Raw was kind of a,
I thought it was a bust.
It was a 5 out of 10. And I thought it was really cool how Daniel Bryan came out and relinquished the title. And hopefully we see him back in the ring soon.
I don't think he'll be right back, but
Won't be back for a while. WrestleMania season.
What I liked about Raw, I liked the whole Bray Wyatt. They're actually trying to make something of this match.
No.
I liked that Harper and Rowan are back together.
Agreed.
I also liked, the match I liked from the entire night was Cena versus Neville. I think they had a great match.
Dude, Neville needs a push, man.
The end of it, I mean, he's just gotten into Raw, so he might get it.
Dude, what? Name a bad match
There
from
are
him.
some
Where's
people,
a bad match from him, though? Name one. Just not a bad one that you
had.
had.
About a bunch of superstars, but
There's some iffies.
with the push that he's getting,
He's getting a good one right now.
every single time that he has lost, he has not lost like
Weak. He didn't look weak.
right. He wasn't weak at all. I mean, he was gonna beat Cena this week, and Rusev jumped it.
No, that's fine. See, I actually, you know me, I'm one of the biggest Bray Wyatt fans. I don't like this feud whatsoever.
It's doing nothing for
It's
him.
demoting him. Where does he go after this? He beat Ryback, okay? What is he going to do now? The only thing I can think of is that he goes for Reigns. That's the only thing I can think of, because obviously he's going to beat Ryback. Like
Goes for Reigns or Randy Orton. Or
that's what I'm saying. Either that or I was thinking he goes face. Just because he's not really getting any reactions as a heel anymore. I don't know if that means like he's doing so good that people like him, or they just find him boring because it's the same method as a heel. I'm the new face of fear. Everybody fears fear. Do you know what I mean? For me, I'm glad that you said about the Harper and Rowan thing. I forgot about that until you said it, but I'm very, very happy about that too. That tag team division is starting to develop a little bit. I'm kind of happy for it. Hate the Sandow gimmick, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's just terrible. And then the go home, then the Fatal 4-Way. I just liked how Ambrose got the last laugh. I think they're gonna tease a heel turn, which I think they should do it for Reigns instead. Anything else you guys want to talk about? What do you guys think Kane's going to do? Let's get into that with the Payback pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go down the card real quick. You guys just give me your predictions or what you think of the match how the match is going to turn out. We'll start off with the kickoff match, which is the Ascension versus Mandow and Axel. Start off with Price.
I really like this. This was actually something else that I forgot to mention about Raw, but I loved how,
it's not getting reactions.
Sandow came down as Macho Mandow, and then you had Axel, who was playing Hulk Hogan, but who interrupted Legion of Doom. I mean, the Ascension.
Yeah.
I think the Ascension's going to win this match. I think that, they're a very promising tag team. You get past the whole LOD that they tried to bury them with that. They're a great tag team. They had the NXT tag team titles for the longest in the entire history of NXT.
I completely agree. Well, go on, Tom.
I was going to make the same comment, and we're going to have the Mega Powers versus LOD. But I think it'll be a good match to watch on Raw. I think all four are very good wrestlers. They're just in a poor place at the poor time in their career.
Say it right. Wrong place, wrong time. See, I just wish that I don't know, it's just really weird. The crowd wasn't buying it last night for Mandow, and I feel like he's trying too hard I mean, obviously he has to because he's trying to imitate a Hall of Famer, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. I feel like with Axel, it was more natural when he was trying to be Axelmania, and like I feel like they just forced this Mandow gimmick on him, which they obviously did. But I expect the Ascension to win too, just because they're obviously the legitimate tag team. Although I just have a feeling with the creative, like you said, they just put the New Day as champions, just because they want to make Savage and Hogan like this part 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
I can expect them to win, but I hope the Ascension wins. Next up is a rematch of Extreme Rules, the Kiss My Arse match, which is Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. Malloy, who do you got, and what do you think the match is going to turn out?
I think the match is going to be boring, personally. I think the rivalry is pretty stale.
Very stale.
I think Ziggler's going to win, just because, Ziggler won last time, but then kind of got screwed over.
He looked like the loss.
So he's going to, revenge Sheamus.
I think Ziggler's going to win. I think this is a nice little send-off before he leaves.
Do you
We'll
leave
miss
him?
him.
I don't think nobody's going to miss him. I think Sheamus is going to win, just because Ziggler already won. I don't know what will happen in the feud if he wins. Do you know what I mean? So I think Sheamus is just going to close out the feud by a victory. And obviously, I think they'll go on to the Elimination Chamber to fight for the IC title. That's for a later day, though. King Barrett versus Neville. They tore it up on the kickoff for Extreme Rules. They tore it up for the finals of the King of the Ring. So what do you guys think about this match? Who do you guys have? Somebody started off. Sorry.
All right, yeah. I think Barrett's going to win since he's still trying to pull off that he's like the best, wrestler. King Barrett, blah, blah, blah. But, Neville's he's really hot right now, and if he beats Barrett, that'll make him even, a little bit better.
Price?
I think that Neville will win.
Neville's
I think that, as we've been talking, they've seen that how good of a talent he actually is and how he puts on these matches with pretty much anybody so far. And I mean, the creative has done a great way with even when he lost, it didn't make him look weak. So I think Neville's going to win.
For me, I have Barrett winning, but my flip side is Neville will win the IC title. If Barrett wins, Neville's going to be the next Intercontinental champion. If Neville wins, Barrett's going to be the next IC champion. I think whoever loses this is going to be the next IC Intercontinental champion, excuse me.
Right.
Speaking of championships, we will go with our first tag or championship match of the evening, which would be the New Day as champions, defending it against the former champions, Kid and Cesaro, which I thought was the best match on the card of Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it was a really good match.
I thought it was a very good match, so I'll start off with Price. What do you guys think? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to go with the evil New Day once again.
I love Xavier Woods, man. He's awesome.
He just makes this. He
makes
they
antagonists.
made that the crowd responded to them, and they just turned it around and just made it their own. And that's how anybody makes it.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Plus, you have great talent in there.
Exactly. I mean, Big E, I always said it, for how big is a guy that they try to make him look, very athletic. Kofi's obviously athletic. His athleticism is ridiculous. He's been doing that for almost 10 years now.
Who is going to compete, however?
It's going to be the same, too. I think it's going to be the same,
because they have Freebird rules.
No, they do have the Freebird rules, excuse me, but if you notice, it's like every picture or every video, it's Xavier Woods holding the titles, but who's always the ones that are fighting? It's always Big E.
He's kind of like the manager, I think.
It's just how it's supposed to be, just in a wrestler attire.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd like to see the evil New Day win.
It's not a catch on. I'm telling you. That's what I like about people with gimmicks too. Like that's forced on them. That's when it's forced on them. It's not natural.
Yeah.
Like if Reigns was a heel to talk bad, like that would be okay. New Day, they didn't want to do that gimmick. The fans knew they didn't want to do the gimmick, so they resented it, and now they turned it to where it makes them look. It makes them work. You know what I mean? It makes them work. So as much as actually, I want Kid and Cesaro to win. They're just so good as a tag team.
Yeah.
I mean, New Day's good as a tag team too, but I feel like the only reason why they're over is because the gimmick backfired on them.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you want to go, I like to go on talent, and I think Kid and Cesaro have that. Let's go on to pretty much probably going to be the second. It's pretty much the second main event. I Quit match for the United States Championship. John Cena versus Rusev, who's without Lana. And that's why at least my prediction, but Price go.
I think Rusev is going to win because I think Lana's going to come down, and then Rusev is going to threaten to hit her, and John Cena's going to quit.
What does that remind you of? Do you know?
The Mick Foley.
Ric Flair.
I
didn't even think about that. That's a
Molina.
good thing. That's a very good. That'd be awesome if that happens.
That'd be
But
crazy.
the only thing I can say about that is that Cena's never lost an I Quit match.
And Cena is bragging about that on TV. And as we know, when a lot of superstars brag about something, it usually makes it
That's true.
backfires in their face.
I
But
think
also, we're talking about Cena. So.
he needs to lose it, but
Yeah.
although Elimination Chamber, didn't they just say that he's defending the United States champion? Now I think about it. I mean, it's card subject to change.
Card is subject to change.
So that'd be cool if they do that. How about you?
I think Cena's gonna win. I don't want him to win, but I think it'll be like a thing where I don't know. You might see like Lana going with Cena or something now.
I was thinking about that
Maybe
too.
he would quit. Like if he makes Rusev quit, then like Lana comes out and is like, oh yeah.
No, that'd be really cool. I just know she's definitely gonna make an appearance because the
Yeah.
crowd's been chanting her name and he hasn't been liking it. So she's definitely gonna have an effect in the match. That was my prediction, a very non-bold prediction, but it's definitely gonna be the outcome of the match. Like you said, it's either gonna be where Cena gives up to save her, or she comes out, screws Cena over, and remains heel for a little bit. I think she should go face at SummerSlam. I feel like just keeping her heel for now. That'd be awesome. And then we're going to have our finale, which is the World Heavyweight Championship match. It's a fatal four-way. Rollins defending against his former Shield members, Ambrose and Reigns, and Randy Orton. What do you guys think? Malloy.
I'd like to see Ambrose win, which that probably won't happen. But I think overall it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be the match stealer. We definitely, I myself am waiting to see the Shield go all against each other at once.
Tease for 32.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think there's going to be a Shield moment in here. I think Rollins is going to win, by the way. But I think there's going to be a Shield moment that all three of them do the triple power bomb on Orton or something. And
This
they
is
eliminate
teasing.
him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Rollins is going to win.
No, I completely agree.
That'd be so cool, though, with the triple power bomb.
It's either going to be that or it's going to be like where Orton's getting ready to win or something like that, and then they just circle him and like gang up on him. Probably do that. I'm expecting a heel turn from either Reigns or Ambrose. I was talking to somebody I work with, and we were saying about how Ambrose is probably the most one to turn heel because of his attitude. However, I think that they're making it so obvious with like the way he acts lately that I hope it's Reigns because I don't think they should be like that blunt about it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think this is pretty much a tease. I like to call it a tease for 32. If the crowd reacts well to a reuniting of the Shield, then 32 that'll probably be the title match. We'll see. I think Rollins will win, and then so Kane's gonna have something to do with it because he's probably gonna want to remain the director of operations. I think after that he's gonna turn the mask on, and there's a feud till SummerSlam. So hopefully it turns out to be good. Go ahead.
And hopefully it's the old mask.
That'd be cool. I think this would be if it's his last run, which I think it's gonna be. I hope he goes to one of his first two masks. That'd be really cool.
That'd be so sweet, even with like the arm piece coming down and stuff.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be sweet.
But hopefully it turns out well. Hopefully it's better than Extreme Rules, which I thought was a very, very boring pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was pretty ass.
Thanks for the language. But we'll talk about that. I'm sure we'll do a recap of it on next week's show. So with that, any further ado, we will move on to our weekly topic discussions. All right, so they made an announcement on Raw last night that Elimination Chamber is going to make a return. It's a pay-per-view exclusively only on the WWE Network, which you can get for
$9.99.
We haven't done that in a while. But 2 weeks ago, it was King of the Ring. They made a little special for that. Now it's at the end of the month. It's going to be Elimination Chamber. What do you guys think about WWE bringing out the old pay-per-views for only exclusive? What are you looking at that for? You don't like it, I'm assuming? But what do you guys think about them bringing back this thing as like a strategy? I want to give it to Price for that mean look you just gave me.
I think that most people will watch this because of the fact that like the diehard fans wanted to see Elimination Chamber, and they said that they can't do it because of the jumbotrons. However, the way that they're bringing it back and they're just going to have it on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I don't like that. I think that
I will say I'm gonna watch it on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Definitely.
Do you want to explain why? Like you just cut them off. I mean, I want some arguing here.
Oh, I think it's a great concept. That's a great match idea. I mean, I wait up for it every year. It's like, it's a great match, and even playing with WWE video games, I always make sweet Elimination Chamber matches.
Yeah. Do you want to continue? I was expecting an argument. I got excited, but then you just stopped.
I think that it's a great concept. I'm not arguing with that. But however, having it on, unless it's an actual pay-per-view, just throwing it out there just to throw it out there, and nothing's going to happen on it because most likely everybody's going to keep their titles and everything else.
You think so?
When's May 31st?
Well, first of all, I think the IC title is obviously going to change hands because it's going to be vacant.
Well,
that's going to be the main event.
Be crowned. But other than that...
Yeah, I'm a little upset about it because Rollins isn't even defending it in it. I read today, after the announcement, that it's going to be a tag team. I mean, obviously, card subject to change, like I told you before the show. But I read tag team title match defended in the Elimination Chamber and the Intercontinental title defended in the Elimination Chamber.
I heard United States too, but I don't know how sure that is.
Yeah, I heard John Cena is just defending it. They didn't specify. And they also said that the World Heavyweight Championship was going to be defended. Didn't specify. It'd be really cool, personally, if all 4 title matches were in that, but that'd be so long. That'd be like at least... Well, I mean...
pay-per-view.
No, it'd be...
It could be a shorter one. They could have no other matches.
That's what I'm saying, but think about it. It's 5 minutes...
It could be an extreme elimination chamber.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Every title will be defended.
But,
under Extreme Rules.
Under Extreme Rules. But... I mean, I kind of like the strategy, especially when they're trying to bring more viewers in. It makes people want to stay home and watch it.
Exclusives, yeah.
Exclusives, you know what I mean? I'm sure the pay-per-view or the cable providers are a little upset about it because they could probably make a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I like the strategy, but I just wish they didn't throw it away like you said. It's kind of pointless. Except the King of the Ring because, I mean, the last 4 times that's happened, it's been on a Raw anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... But hopefully, and also I wanted to point out, it kind of makes Stephanie McMahon look bad because in January or December, whenever she had that interview and she said that they can't do it anymore because of the arena, it's false. You just know you couldn't do it because Lesnar wasn't able to do the date. Do you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Exactly. So that's a little upsetting. But now since hopefully they keep doing it maybe like twice a year since it's only an exclusive. You guys ready for Redemption versus, well, it's not undefeated anymore, but you get what I'm saying. 6-1.
Championship.
Going on 7-1, or is it 1-6 going on 2-6? We'll find out with our game competition.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
All right, so were you gonna say something first?
No, I'm moving away from the paper.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want you cheating like you usually do. All right, so the game competition is Price versus Malloy. Price 6-1, Malloy 1-6. Who's gonna get the victory? This week is Elimination Chambers. Here we go. Question number 1: What pay-per-view hosted the first Elimination Chamber match? A. SummerSlam, B. No Mercy, C. Survivor Series. Tom.
Survivor Series.
Look at you. I won't give you a bonus point, but do you know what year?
2004.
2002.
Thank you. I should give a tie, but I'm not. Tom. Look at you. Look at you.
I just, my God. We're not going to get into this already.
Not even question 2. He's looking right over.
I see you're writing something. That's it.
Yeah, T for Tom, because he got
T
that
for
one
Tom.
right. All right, here we go. Number 2, Price is for you. Which one of these wrestlers was not involved in the first Elimination Chamber match? A. Rob Van Dam, B. Booker T, C. Batista.
Batista.
I know you cheated, but...
No.
I'm white joking.
RVD hurt Triple H.
No, I'm white joking, dude. I just want to see what you're going to say. They're going to go off. All right, Price, it's 1-1. Here we go, Malloy. All right, question number 3. Who has the most appearances in Elimination Chamber history? A. Chris Jericho, B. Undertaker, C. Kane.
Let's say A. Chris Jericho.
That's correct.
Break the walls down.
2-1. Tom. My pen's running out. Price, which wrestler has the most victories in the Elimination
Triple H.
Chamber? How'd you know?
Because I did some research.
That was the one that you did that you could have got right because you wrote them all down. All right, it's 2-2. Here we go. This one I don't think nobody's gonna get. I hope if you guys do, I'll be really shocked. Gotta think about it. I got it right, but without doing the answers. Though. Ready? One city hosted the Elimination Chamber match outside the United States. Which city hosted it? A. San Juan, Puerto Rico. B. Toronto, Canada. C. London, England. It's you.
Pick Toronto, Canada.
It's Puerto Rico.
Look at you.
They were counting down.
Do you know what year? It's no bonus. I just want to know if you know.
So it was Chris Masters, Carlito?
No.
It was the year before that, so it was 2004.
5.
Okay, good enough.
No, that was close though. That was pretty close. 2006 was one with Chris Masters and Carlito. The year before that is the one with Batista,
5, yes.
Orton and Triple H. Remember? That was awesome though. I like that. Prices for you. Pretty much the victory, actually. I think about it.
All right.
Which superstar won the first and only Extreme Elimination Chamber match,
Bobby Lashley.
which was at ECW's December to Dismember?
Okay.
Can I give the answers so people for the viewers, man?
Sorry.
A. Big Show, B. Bobby Lashley, C. Rob Van Dam. Do you see Price's?
Is it
or do you see
B.
Lloyd's-
Bobby Lashley?
Yeah. Do you see Lloyd's face?
Can we have the 7th one?
I really wish we had a video right now just to see people's face. All right, here we go. This is number 7. You guys should know this one. Who was the only superstar to win and lose an Elimination Chamber match in the same night? Malloy. All ready? Randy Orton, Edge, John Cena.
John Cena.
Edge. He lost. He lost the
World Heavyweight.
World Heavyweight.
No, WWE.
The WWE one, and then he beat up Kofi Kingston coming out on the stairs.
Yeah.
Came out and he won the World Heavyweight.
Yeah, how do you feel? 7-1 for Price. 1-7 for Tom.
I just watched Satan's.
Oh, the DVD?
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, it's not bad. But
Satan's Playground.
all right, well, more. There's always next week, man. Don't hate.
Quitting the show.
Don't hate. You say that every year, every single time you lose. There's better luck next week. Good job, Price. So we're gonna go on from this game. Hope Malloy doesn't get all mad and get all dangerous. Get the segue. Coming up
most
next.
dangerous.
Yeah, definitely the most dangerous. Coming up next is the Ken Shamrock interview that Robert Price conducted a couple weeks ago. Okay, Price, I'm just going to hand it to you. Do you want to explain this interview and how you got it or whatever?
Yeah, sure, I'll explain. I was able to get the interview with UFC Hall of Famer and former WWF Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Ken Shamrock for his upcoming fight with Kimbo Slice on June 15th. That's how I was able to get it, and this is the interview.
Hello.
Hello, is this Ken?
Yes, it is.
Previous interviews, you stated that you were pushed for a WWE title run twice, but that didn't happen. Do you know any of the reasons why?
No, I do not. I don't know what happened. I know me and The Rock had went back and forth for the Intercontinental title. I ended up getting that off of him. And then once The Rock had dropped the strap and I picked it up, I thought that I would have a few runs at defending the Intercontinental, and then I would move up and actually go after Rock for the heavyweight title. And for some reason, that never happened. I never got an explanation for it, nor do I really deserve one. It's not like I'm saying we got deserved. I'm not saying that, but since it didn't happen, and really I'm not there anymore. I've always kind of wondered what happened and why all of a sudden it just died. It just stopped.
What was your favorite rivalry when you were in the WWF?
There was a lot of them, but I think the one that I thought really stood out, and I think that really gave me that great opportunity to move up and really challenge for that heavyweight title, and it had to be being The Rock. It had to be the thing that set the stage for that to happen. And I believe we did. It didn't happen. I don't know why, but I believe that it did set the stage for us to really be able to make a run at that heavyweight title with me and him working a program, but it just never happened.
The Lion's Den match in WWE, was that your idea, or was that something that was presented, and did you like those matches?
Yeah, I remember they mentioned it, and I said that, why not do it in a cage? And they couldn't do it because it's too much like the UFC and they aren't coming back. So we had talked about, I know I was in on it, and we talked about putting different ways so we could do it, making it more like a movie, more theatrical. So we made it like an angle so we could actually still wrestle off the fence and still be able to climb the fence at an angle to use that like we would the ropes. And so I don't know who designed the ring, but they did a tremendous job with the angle on the fence and with the platform on top. It was just they did a tremendous job on the design.
Would you ever be interested in returning to the WWE? And if you were, what wrestlers would you like to feud with?
I would love to be able to have a run, and not just to go back just to go least get that run at the heavyweight title. And if I had anybody that I wanted to do it with, it would probably be The Rock, or it would be Hunter Hearst Helmsley, only because of the intensity and the heat I have with him already.
That's all the questions that I have. The interview's over with.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And Price, to hear the full interview, where do you?
If you want to catch the full interview, go to Pricey88 on YouTube.
Cool. We're going to wrap up the show right now with our self-high five. As we noted that in our weekly topic discussion that WWE is trying to bring back old pay-per-views for exclusive WWE Network specials. So pretty much with this top 5 countdown, we just wanted to write down our old pay-per-views, WCW, WWE, ECW, doesn't matter, that we would like them to make exclusives or bring back. So we will give it to the winner, I apologize. The winner, who stared a whole through. The winner, Robert Price, 7-1. Give us your 5 through 1.
My 5 through 1 is number 5, Bunker House Brawl. Number 4, In Your House. Number 3, Starrcade. Number 2, War Games. And number 1, King of the Ring. As a normal, regular pay-per-view.
I know. Do you want to explain any of those? Or?
Bunker House Brawl.
Yeah, please explain
for everybody
that
doesn't know, it is
like
8 men who get inside of a steel cage, and it's almost like a battle royal. So they have to go over the cage and onto the ground.
I think I saw that. That was WCW?
That was in WCW.
Did Hogan wrestle in any of those?
I think he did, but Dusty Rhodes won every single one of them.
Oh, okay. So he probably booked that match.
He did.
I thought so. All right, loser, 1-7. Do you want to give 5 through 1?
We go with the Great American Bash, the King of the Ring, Judgment Day, Fully Loaded. My number 1 will be War Games.
All right. I mean, I would obviously put War Games for me on there, but it's already been on 2 years, so I was going to try to give it some variety. Excuse me, I couldn't think of the word. 5, In Your House. 4, Backlash. I like that title for a pay-per-view after WrestleMania. 3, King of the Ring. 2, Halloween Havoc. I think that would be the great theme for an October pay-per-view. Obviously, it's been done. And then, 3 was Cyber Sunday. I switched the thing around. 1, King of the Ring. I just like that. You pretty much get a superstar who's at mid-card level. He wins and goes to the top. I like that. But Cyber Sunday, I like the interactiveness. So.
Why not Taboo Tuesday?
Because who watches pay-per-views on Tuesday?
True.
I watched Tuesday Night in Texas.
Yeah, we should put that on the countdown. That would be great. But hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know we lost our funk a little bit from 2 weeks ago, but we'll get it back, I promise. Thanks for tuning in to episode 8. You guys want to give your sign-offs? I know you guys yelled at me after episode 6, so.
I'm done.
I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, because I am 7-1.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Die.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the show, and tune in for episode 9.
Rest in peace.